And he said, "Have you been bit by a tick recently?" He was feeling a little under the weather, low on energy, maybe felt like he was coming down with a cold or some kind of virus. He felt a little achy, his skin was aching. It just seemed like normal symptoms, so we weren't looking for a tick. It just kind of seemed like he had a virus or a cold or something. So he asked me to take him to the ER 4 or 5 days after starting to feel ill. We did all kinds of tests. We did all kinds of blood work. The ER was great. We went to St. Thomas, and they, did blood work, urine samples, EKGs, because he thought like it was his heart. So they did full workup on him, did a CAT scan, did X-rays, of his lungs and whatnot, and they could find nothing abnormal about him. JK is 6'4" and about 270 pounds, so he, is a pretty solid dude. So he kind of chalked it up to maybe just a virus or getting sick. Now, the ER doctor did come in there at the very end about 1 a.m. in the morning, and he said, "Have you been bit by a tick recently?" And I did not know that my husband had gotten bitten by a tick, even though we live on a farm. So we've got, lots of acreage that does not have our U.S. pest, flea, mosquito, and tick treatment that can be applied to it. So he's out on the farm a lot, whether he's bush hogging or dealing with the cows or, dealing with different parts of the farm. So he told the doctor, yes, I actually pulled a tick off of me about on Thursday. And that was at the end of our ER visit. So I wasn't, again, super concerned about it because we just didn't know. So the doctor said, "I think you're going to be fine. Go on back home. If it gets worse or symptoms don't improve by Tuesday or Wednesday, then come back and see me." So after we went to the ER that Saturday night, we went to have our week. JK was pushing through, doing what he felt like he should be doing, not necessarily what he needed to be doing. But on Wednesday, I asked him to go see his primary care doctor. When I got home Wednesday night, he had not gone to see his primary care doctor. So he was still running a fever of about 102.5. His cheeks were like purple. He would break out in these like random, like all over sweats all over his body. His skin was like still like hurting. I wanted to take him to the ER that night. I was really worried about him, but he did not want to go. So he told me he would go to his primary care doctor on Thursday. Well, on Thursday morning, he was driving to his primary care doctor, gave him a call, and his doctor told him to just go straight to the ER. So we went back to the ER on Thursday, the same ER we were on Saturday, and I knew at that point something was going on with him, and it was probably tick related. So we walked into the ER, and I walked in there with him, and I was very adamant that we believe this is a tick-borne illness. We think that this is a tick-induced virus of some sort, illness of some sort, so we have got to get on this.